It's the fastest sports algorithm video ever. Watch this. Okay, we're going to talk about four different sports. It's a big Sunday. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this because I've been working on it and I'm kind of done and sent all the emails out. So we're going to blow through everything super fast. NBA is what we're starting with. Yesterday, pretty darn good day. 7-2, top five games win. Memphis loses, but they were injured. Sixers lose, but this ridiculous line down here. Algorithm told you to play San Antonio and like San Antonio a lot. They were plus 675 and one. So NBA algorithm was pretty nice. How about tomorrow? There are two underdogs on here. They happen to be the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. Of course, we love the Jazz here. We're 2-0 with the Jazz. So you've got these options with points. Everything else is kind of reasonable. The thing about the NBA algorithm is you want games that are over 10% margin. I said things would get a little choppy down here. Memphis lost, Sixers lost. These are all games under 10% margins. We're talking this margin right here. So tomorrow or Sunday, there's only one game that's below 10% margin. The rest of these are over, which means you take every one of these teams, right? Well, the Lakers are hurting, so that's weird. I don't know who's still playing there. We'll see an injury report tomorrow. But this is a pretty good one again with the Jazz. It loves the Jazz. Jazz are getting no respect. The Jazz are putting up points. These two are big favorites, but that's your NBA day. All right, we're done. NBA, go purchase copies if you want to get on this list because I'm gonna stop doing this at the end of the month. You're not gonna see these videos every day at the end of the month. We got a lot of other stuff going on, and I get this ready. I prepare it. I'm gonna start doing videos talking about how to update current stats. We'll get to NBA stats for the current season. I think Monday, not tomorrow, but Monday, because everyone will have at least two games. And I just don't want to stop it right now because it's been going so well. I don't want to throw it into the new version with the new year stats. So we'll just stick with that. Next, baseball, believe it or not. Somebody asked for baseball late at night last night. So I gave them today. It went 2-0. Houston wins as an underdog. They win 5-0. They predicted 4-2. Carlos also sent out a version, and his has projected high scores and a little extra stuff in it. So very similar. Big scoring game. Philadelphia wins. I don't know what the lines were here because I didn't have the lines. So MLB wins. I'm not doing it for tomorrow yet because nobody's paid. So that's baseball. Done. Next, hockey. Then we're going to finish with football because we have a lot to talk about with football. Hockey, yesterday, we broke out. Yesterday was a good day. Saturday being a good day. We hit some underdogs. We went 9-4. I won some money on hockey, and I was flirting with a humongous payout. I took Buffalo minus 1.5 at plus 310. Never in doubt. I mean, Vancouver is running into the ground, and Buffalo's playing great. Also had Philadelphia to win. Not a problem. Could have taken them minus 1.5. They are playing great. There's a lot of predictable things. It was a good day for the algorithm. What was the number one pick? It was Buffalo. Yeah, I talked about that. And Buffalo absolutely crushed City Houston. So good for that. All right. Well, what about Sunday? Even though I'm sure we'll be focusing on a lot of football. Well, there's a number one pick, and it's Philly again over San Jose at a reasonable line. So that's good. And then Detroit with Philly, who's so most likely going against Anaheim. That's also pretty good because he's a good goaltender. And Detroit gave one up to Chicago recently. You got some weird games here. I'm probably going to bet the tie in this game. I don't know why it's favoring the Islanders. They did lose today to Tampa Bay pretty badly. Even though they tried, I don't know, it was a weird game with them. They've been playing weird, so I would stay away from this. This is right, it's in the middle anyway. And then the Rangers are only a 3 pick over Columbus. I'm surprised that's not more. I feel like that's the number 1 pick, but don't listen to me. Always listen to the algorithm. Go purchase copies of NHL if you want to. What about football? Thursday night, we lost this ridiculous game with two teams that I don't want to talk about. Monday night's game is the Patriots game that's number 1. So this is the number 1 pick of this weekend, except it's Monday's game. So let's just talk about Sunday, knowing that it really likes the Patriots at a bad line. Here we have Sunday. So let's discuss. What do we do? What do we do? This is my first time really diving in, other than earlier, but with the new injury report. So what do we do? Carolina has traded away their future, and they're just there's like no way they're going to win. And so that's why Tampa Bay is minus 720. They have to cover 13 though. Right? What do you do? I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. maybe Tampa Bay team points. I don't know. It's too tough because they're just so one side, and the line's so ridiculous. So we'll just skip it because you don't know what to bet in these situations. This is when the odds makers are doing a good job. It's something that's really supposed to happen, and it really doesn't pay much if you bet it. Cincinnati and Atlanta, 25-15. Let's look at some things. I'm not going to pay attention to over-unders because I don't want this video to be about over-unders. It's a waste of time. But I do want it to be about alternate team projections as well. Because these are really our scores, honestly. And that's why, you kind of got to look at them. And so, of course, what do you do with Tampa Bay? Bengals still here win by more than a touchdown. And they have to cover a touchdown. Otherwise, the -2, it's really tough. I don't know what to do there. It's really tough. You could just take them to win on your big round robin, but it's tough. Miami's supposed to beat Pittsburgh, but it's a high scoring game, and it's Miami by a touchdown. What about defensive injuries? Let's keep an eye on that over here. Miami and Pittsburgh both a little bit injured. Here, Tampa Bay's defense injured. Carolina a ton. There should be really a ton of points in this game, right? It's almost like Tampa Bay can't cover it because it's probably going to be a free for all, but I don't know. Let's keep going. I mean, I did go through this earlier, but now we've really got final information. I just want to make sure, are there any real clear picks? There's nothing clear up here. These are tough picks because Cincinnati doesn't pay. Miami, man, I don't know. Pittsburgh's bad. This game's in Miami. They got to cover 7.5. That seems scary as heck against Pittsburgh. I want to almost take Pittsburgh there, even though it says they play. But this is awful. This is tough lines. All three of these, I can't find anything good to bet. What about Chargers and Seahawks? Chargers are -210 at home because they're in LA now. They have to cover 4.5. Says they cover 7. Chargers to win is okay. It's not that awful a line, and they're way up here with a 7-point. You can't take a minus. You still can't take this if they only win by a field goal. You don't want to lose. So Chargers -210 is okay. Colts and Titans. Okay, this is where you first see an underdog on this list. It's the Colts, though, and Tennessee has been, we'll say that Tennessee has been still underestimated by the algorithm because he started off so poorly. So I'm going to stay away from this. It's also in Tennessee, but the algorithm says that it's a low scoring game that Indianapolis can somehow win. I'm just going to say no, even though it says, wow. I'm arguing with the algorithm. I'm not doing it, but that's what it says. Houston, this one is sneaky. This one's sneaky because Houston, I do think, is undervalued. You get Houston +7. So on a big round robin, yes, absolutely Houston +7 because they're supposed to win. And then on another round robin, Houston will win because they're supposed to win here. So that's the juiciest, interesting thing on here, other than the Jets who've dropped to -125 after the last video. They were -104, I think, in the last video. That's funny. What about Baltimore, Cleveland? It says pretty high scoring game. Yeah, alternate projections even more so because Baltimore's defense and Cleveland's defense both massively injured. So in that sense, even though I don't want to talk about over-unders, this game smells like an over-under with the defensive injuries. I mean, it does have a ton of points here. If we open up, I don't want this to be about over-unders, but in certain instances, see how there's 62 points here? The over-under set at 45.5. It is saying take an alternate over like 51.5 or something. It really says they get there with the weird defensive problems. That'll pay a lot better. That's one where you can start trying to engineer a better payout by going above this 45.5, which is a middle of the road over under. And I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of points in this game. It's the number one top point projected alternate point score total game is this Baltimore game. Keep that in mind. And whereas the lowest one is the Indianapolis, Tennessee. I'm too scared to take Indianapolis game, but I'm not too scared to take under 41.5, given that this and the alternate scores are both keeping it at 30, 30 or 36 points. Yeah, I mean, 30 to 36 is still a touchdown away at 41, but I wouldn't do an alternate under. I would try to keep it at that 41 or maybe even raise it a little bit and take a worse line, but that is what that says. There's also a low scoring game here between Washington and Green Bay. Similar situation with these two lines here. So take unders there. Now, what about more winners? So it doesn't really say Baltimore to win because they're way down here at -275. So it says go with the over instead in that game. Dallas and Detroit. Took Detroit's second kicker out of there, which lowered the score a little bit. Gave Dallas only a 3-point victory somehow. This is in Dallas. Detroit caused some problem with some accidental offense, maybe. Once again, it's saying over, and the over is set at 49. Oh God. So the projection and the odds maker is exactly the same right there. So that's just a tough game to play, and I'm staying away because it scares me a little. I almost feel like Detroit could do something weird in this game, given how low this is. It says take Detroit plus 6.5, but that's Detroit. They're awful, so I just stay away from that. Jets and Broncos has moved down to here at only a 4-point game, 18-15 or 21-13 because of Denver injuries, correct? Yep. So once again, the Jets are a pick. They are a pick to win. And I don't know what's the over under set at only 36. You can't really take Jets team points. I can't find it on FanDuel. I can find it on other websites, but tough game, but Jets to win. It is Jets to win because they win in both scenarios and win by more than a field goal here. Niners, I think McCaffrey's playing, right? Did it move him? Wait a minute, did I move him? Did I move him? Let's check. How you spell McCaffrey? Oh, you are not on Carolina. You are on San Francisco. You are being changed. We're changing him. And now he's on San Francisco here and also receiving yards. Can't believe it. I sent that out without changing that. You people gotta watch the video. I'm sorry. Because I sent it out without him on the right team. We're gonna change this now. We're gonna refresh. And we're gonna go refresh the picks. And let's see what he does to the game, everybody. He makes it a 28-22 game. He adds 5 points to San Francisco's total by moving him onto the Niners. So as you can see, other roster changes that happen late in the week like that, I might miss them. So, do your own research and try to adjust the all player sheet to get that right. But it move things around slightly. They are plus one. Is he playing? I think he's playing, right? We got to ask Google. Let's ask Google. Is Christian McCaffrey playing for San Francisco this weekend? Report 49ers expected to play versus Chiefs. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Well, so you got to put him on there, right? I mean, even though he's got to learn the offense, yeah, this game's in San Francisco. It's got it's now we got to resort stuff. Hold on a second. Sometimes that goes out of sort like it just did. Not win score. We're going to do projected margin of victory descending. Where's that game now? The game is all the way up here now. That's why I just did that. So things didn't change except that the Niners, you got this chunk of underdogs right here. Can you see these things winning? I mean, that's what it's supposed to do when it pops them up there like that. I think the Commanders can beat. No way. It's been overestimating the Commanders all season. And I said, I didn't say the L word. I said, I think the Giants could probably pull this off against Jacksonville, given what we know about Jacksonville. So you got underdog here. You got Jets. I mean, 1 second. Or we'll just do it like this. We'll figure it out. Team of references are Chargers, Niners, Texans, right? Yeah. Nah, we don't even do this. We'll just do it like here. So this Chargers to win, Niners apparently to win at plus 106. I'm staying away from the Colts and taking the under there instead. I'm taking Houston plus the points and to win. Taking the over in this game. In the Baltimore game, taking the Jets to win, taking the Giants to win. 1, 2, 3 with the over here. 4 Texans plus 7. 5 Niners to win, Chargers 6 to win. There's 6 on here. And maybe 7 under in the Indianapolis, Tennessee game under 41 or 42. Try to get that. That's 7. Those are the picks. Did you get it? I'll do it one more time. It's the Chargers to win at minus 210. It's the under 40. I'm going to try to do under 42.5 at like minus 130 or something if I can get that. I want a little more than 41 just in case the alternate score is only this one. The regular score of 36, that there isn't an extra touchdown here which makes it 43. So I'm actually saying under 43.5 is what to do in this game, if you can find alternate total points. Niners to win because they're an underdog line and they supposedly have McCaffrey playing. Texans +7, but do not think about this +260. And then +7 is a great round robin pick. The +260 is a great straight bet pick. The over, I'm going to do an alternate over in Baltimore, Cleveland at over 51.5, I believe, which will probably be +170 or 180 or something. Taking that, taking the Jets to win. That's right, we are against the Broncos. And we're taking the Giants to win. We're not even taking the 3 points because we think they are going to beat Jacksonville the way Jacksonville maybe throw on games. All right, guys, that is the update. Monday, it likes the Patriots. It likes it as still the #1 pick of the day. Think still cover against a miserable Chicago team in, I was going to say Lambeau, but it ain't. It's in Foxborough. And so that's the update, guys. That was football. That was basketball, which is a winner. That was hockey, which was a winner today. And it was baseball, which was undefeated today. That's the quadruple algorithm push for Sunday. Good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.